Okay, we'll just do some intros here. Welcome guys to another Panoramic episode. Yes, it is live. We are in Monday night. Sorry for the late start. We had some technical difficulties. We'll get to that later. I hope everyone is safe from the hurricane or whatever that was. I'm your co-host Aristotle, joined by, of course, my two closest friends, Mr. Sick Nick and Shazam himself. Take it away, Shazam.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you again for tuning into the podcast on your lovely Monday post Hurricane Dougie, and as if you teach me how to Dougie. Anywho, with that being said, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The links are in the description below. Also, do show some love and show a little bit of visit to our Panoramic TV channel. That link is also in the description below too. But all that set aside, let's go ahead, guys, and jump straight into the curious questions. And also throwing out for Twitter. If you guys didn't already, follow us at Panoramic Game and tweet us your curious questions from there. Cool. All right. With that being said, let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with Nick here.
Okay, so this actually refers to working out, something that I like to talk about these days.
Sure.
Do you change your routines or do you evolve it / modify it as you please? If that makes any sense.
No, I got you. I got you. Whatchamacallit? Like right now, like usually I finish work right around like 4 o'clock at 4 o'clock, sometimes 5. After that, I just head straight over to the gym, and the lifting weight, like when I'm lifting weights and stuff. I do try to keep a mental note, like okay, mental note: Mondays chest and back, Tuesdays cardio plus legs, Wednesday back and shoulders, and then Thursday cardio legs and a little bit of plyometrics, and then Friday, we just finish off chest, back, and abs. So
You do.
yeah, I do kind of swap things around a bit.
Oh no, what I was asking was you do like a bro split or something, because that sounds like a bro split to me.
Yeah, so I'm kind of going back on familiar ground in that
Okay.
sense. So, and then but during like each of the exercises, like or exercises or workouts I do, some like I would keep opening up to my phone, like different type of workouts. So or kind of swapping around the different workouts. Where they're, for example, like 1 second I'll be doing chest flies, and the next second I'll be doing um, incline bench press or decline bench press. So I'll swap it around that way. I'll swap it around that to the point where it's like to the point where whatever is available at the time of the gym, then I'll do so. Sometimes when you're at the gym, true story, a lot of shit is always either occupied. So, but yeah.
That's a good point.
Will I evolve it? Do I evolve it over time? eventually I like to evolve over time in terms of like changing the weights because because right now I'm since I since I haven't like actually lifted weights for such a while, so I kind of had to start back on ground zero and try to get the form right and just put um, 10 on each bar, so it's 20. So I'm benching 70 pounds because plus the bar itself, So right now I'm with that. I'm kind of back at ground zero, only to um, make sure my form is correct, and I'm actually performing the exercise as it should be. With,
Honestly, I respect that because if there's one thing that really makes me cringe to the point of popping a blood vessel in my brain, it's
Damn.
definitely, bad form. Like, I honestly don't give a shit if this guy can do 100 push ups in a row. If his form is bad, I refuse to count any of his reps. Like, I, if somebody was doing knee push-ups, aka girl push-ups, which I don't know if it even deserves that name to begin with. If they're doing 5 of those, but their form is correct, I'll give them praise for it. Because reps ultimately should not matter as long as your form is maintained correct.
True.
yeah,
As for workouts, I think they evolve as your body evolves. You know,
Sure.
you kind of have to
Like,
cater to how your body feels or what you're trying to do or accomplish.
yeah, which is what I do whenever I feel like it, that is. Like, um well, first off, for those that say, "Oh, always change your routine." I'm like, "Wait, what? You mean you want me to do push-ups on one day and then dips the other day?" That's I don't know how to feel about that. I'm not necessarily saying it's bad, but it's like, you know, do I really need to change it if it's working? Well, yes and no.
hmm,
This is where modifying, evolving comes in. Like, of course, after a while, you're gonna get bored doing, regular push-ups, regardless of how many repetitions you do, and regardless of how well you maintain your form.
Mm.
So, what I did in the past, and I am looking to do it again probably by next week, is I either, you know, up the volume or I modify the variations. Like, say, for example, I'm getting a little bored with regular push-ups. What do I do to resolve that without
burpees.
needing to change
Yep.
the workout or changing the volume? I just uh modify the variations. I do incline, regular, decline, regular, then incline in one whole workout go. So technically in the push-up category, I'm actually doing uh you know I'm actually doing 3 different variations in a pyramid like manner. So basically I'm basically doing 2 of each variations, if that makes any sense. Basically, I don't necessarily stray away from the workout, rather I just change the variation to but which ultimately adjusts the difficulty for me. But at the same time, if I want to change the volume, I probably will, but right now I feel pretty happy doing 10 reps by 10 sets equals 100 reps total.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
I think you answered your own question there, but yeah. So pretty much just cater to what your body, wants to accomplish or feels, and you're good to go.
Yeah, like honest okay, just a closing note. I honestly question the whole body stagnation thing. I wouldn't necessarily say your body might stagnate, but rather you're simply just gonna get bored. Like, say, if I don't, Like if I get bored, like I said before, if I get bored with doing push-ups, regular push-ups, I will not abandon push-ups entirely. I will just change the variations to, make a little bit more fun. That's really it. At the same time, that does not mean I will not experiment with other different workouts from time to time. Like I will definitely experiment with other workouts, but after those experimental phases, it's back to my general platform.
Okay. Pretty much just moderation.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess Phil, since you
Yeah,
you had
so
an episode earlier, please
yes,
explain and express
yeah,
what you went through.
of course, of course. So, so literally over an hour ago. Actually, maybe about a couple hours. Maybe about a couple hours ago. Actually, no,
Oh, an
just an
hour.
hour ago.
Yeah.
About an hour ago. So usually I try to get my computer to start up, open up Discord, open up Google, and etc. 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 So I was having one of these episodes where Discord wasn't opening up, Skype isn't opening up, Google wasn't opening up, and I can tell you within an hour how many times I had to restart this damn computer. I had to restart this computer about 7 times counting. If I ever reach 10 times of restarting my computer, I am so close to grabbing this laptop and Ron Swanson throwing this laptop in the garbage very soon.
I was scared you actually did that earlier because you were gone for like 20 minutes. I was like, oh shit. I hope he didn't throw his laptop out the window. Because the last image I had before your camera froze was you literally stooping over, grabbing your laptop like this, and you were frozen for like 5 minutes. I was like, oh shit, he threw his laptop.
And,
RIP laptop.
and I made a comment to Nick. Now I understand what you go through now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of us go through it sometimes. Whether it's lagging, connection issues,
So yeah, so my question to you guys, and I'm pretty sure at what point did you feel that you lost your effing damn mind?
Man, where do I begin?
At what point do you feel like you actually lost your mind with computer or technology in general?
I mean, earlier I had kind of a baby kind moment where I lost my mind. Every time I try to host the show, something happens. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I want to start early, just to set up everything, because we always run into shit like this.
And in the past, when I was running the show, like at some points we were running late, but there was like a consecutive month that it was just like, oh, we were doing.
Yeah,
we were
because you had a
just
good system
good.
going for a long time. Yeah, you did. But since I'm testing the waters here, so to speak, as a new co-host. Yeah, I had to really start some new settings and stuff. But the main thing is the connection. Sometimes it's just really slow.
Same on this side.
That and my computer is fast, like outside of this. Like usually it's really fast. Anything I wanted to do, it's just it gets it done in a jiffy. But then when it starts hosting, for some reason it starts slowing down. Like, really? Now you pick the time to slow down on me? Like, yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if it's like the people like in my house that's like also using the internet too, that kind of like
That too.
that kind of like just like puts pressure on the connection, and I can't even stream properly. So again, chat, press F if we are blurry, or if you can't even hear me through this mic, just press F.
Or if you feel your sympathy for us, yeah, press F. If you've gone through this before.
So
I can't wait for Nick's answer.
oh yeah.
Okay. How do I feel when? Actually, let me read this question. At what point of time do you lose your mind with technology? I don't know about point in time, but how do I feel when technology decides to be a massive asshole? I'll just sum it up in one image.
Oh,
Asur's Wrath.
god damn.
Yes.
Nick's wrath.
So Asur's Wrath out of 10.
I would say 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10. Asura's Wrath out of 11. Okay.
Are there certain things that piss you off more or less than others in terms of technology?
That depends. Slow connection, definitely one of them.
That's one.
Ultimately resulting in lag if I'm playing an online
freezing.
multiplayer game. Slow refresh, which obviously ties into bad internet connection. Which the usual suspect of that is too many people in the house using the same damn Wi-Fi
Ditto.
server. Yeah. So, whatever pet peeves, which is a massive understatement to me, whatever pet peeves you have with, internet connection, I've experienced it. And how angry do I get? Somewhere comparable to Asura's Wrath. Like, I wish I could grow like 10 arms out of my back and beat the living shit out of my computer.
With all 10 arms.
Yes. Just like what Asura did to that giant planetary Buddha.
God damn.
You mean Oni?
Yes.
He made that planet look like a bitch.
Yeah, he did.
And that's just one of his feats. But I digress. Yeah, technology sucks sometimes, guys. Sorry. That's how it works. Especially when you need it to work perfectly, it doesn't. That's the annoying thing.
just like humans, machines are not perfect.
Yep.
There you go, Chad.
Because they're human made.
Yep.
You're only as good as your creator, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the quote of the week.
So,
Does that answer your question, though?
no, that answers my question. I know you go Asura's Wrath. I would have said Shungoku Satsu on my laptop, or in my case, I would have.
Shit, just go up Broly.
No, fucking Akuma Shun Raging Demon all over his damn laptop.
God damn.
Oh,
Hope you don't get locked in.
That's like the best description. Nick had the best one, Asura's Wrath, and I don't know why I said Ron Swanson. Throw away my computer. Laptop.
I don't know, but I hope you don't get locked in a room with those guys
No,
when they're pissed off.
no, Akuma going Oni level. Fuck no. that thing is fucking powerful. Anywho, all right. I guess Eric, you got a question?
Yeah, it's more of a would you rather, but it kind of ties into just human nature, really. Well, maybe not so much human nature, but just an interesting question. Would you guys rather have, if you could, change the space-time continuum, whatever?
Okay.
Would you guys rather have 4 days a week, but each day is 48 hours long, or have 16 days a week, but each day is only 12 hours long? I don't know, can't do some math here, but
Okay, so the second option is
I'll repeat them. Okay.
Okay.
First option, 4 days a week, but
Okay.
each day is 48 hours long. So
Okay.
2 days worth. Or have 16 days a week.
Okay.
Each day is 12 hours long. They both equate to the same amount in the end. That's pretty much it's pretty much like how we have now, 8 hours or 24 hours a day, but in a different time space.
I think I'd rather have
So short week, long ass hours, or long ass week but short days.
I think I had long ass week than short days. Shit.
I guess I might do the opposite.
Which is
Short day, long week.
actually long day, short week.
Sorry, long day, short week. Right.
So 48 hours, pretty much 24 hours of sunlight, which is ridiculous, and 24
is
hours
ridiculous.
of night, which is pretty cool actually.
Actually, thinking about it, that actually doesn't sound that bad
Yeah.
because supposedly, according to science, you know, if the Earth's rotational axis was to shift and completely stop dead in its tracks,
Mhm.
days and nights would actually last 6 months, respectively,
Hmm.
which our bodies are not made to handle that long of time of day and night.
Hmm.
Well,
Eh,
that and the water, the ocean currents, they're gonna shift big time.
Right, right. Because the moon, right? The pole.
Y- well, that and the rotational axis, maintains the way the waters are. But if everything stops, then that would mean, um, you know, I would say like places like Canada, northern US, and half of South America, and same goes for like all the other continents in the same you know level. Basically, they'll be underwater.
hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and there will be a lot less land for everyone to thrive on.
Well, that's over like a long ass period of time. I'm just talking about like in a human's life cycle, which I don't think we'll see that much of a change,
Yeah.
geographically anyway. But the other option was long ass week, but only 12 hours long a day. So let's say you only work like 4 hours a day. That's the regular.
Actually, now that I think about it, I would probably choose that one because I'm used to working 4 hours a day.
However, you only have 8 hours to do anything else.
Okay.
Is that fine?
I could,
Well,
I could live with
I would probably you know that depends. Like if I can squeeze in an hour of working out, then sleeping, as difficult as it might be,
7 hours of
you
sleep.
know, I mean 7 hours of sleep isn't actually bad at all. Some might argue that it may be better, but at the same time, it really depends on your own body. Like 7 hours of sleep isn't for everybody. Same thing for 8 to 9 hours of sleep.
We gotta take into account that we're only doing 12-hour days. So let's say you do 7 hours of sleep. The other five
Yeah,
hours is work and going to and from work
yeah,
and grocery shopping or stuff like that. So you really don't have
yeah,
that much time until the next day starts.
yeah. Which is rather unfortunate. So I guess my first choice
Yeah.
was ultimately better.
What about you, Phil?
I well, like I answered earlier, I pretty much went with option two. And that is the 12 hour, but 12 long, the short hour or short hours, but
Long week?
longer. Yeah.
Really?
Well, one okay. If I'm being honest here, like I don't get the magical 7 8 hours sleep like everyone else. At most,
I don't
I
either.
probably get I probably only get about 5 or 6.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
So at most 5 or 6.
So sleep's
So
overrated.
yeah. So and plus what plus I'm fine the next I'm fine the next morning after like 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm okay with 2 hours of sleep and making sure I get my ass to work on time. Fuck.
Just don't end up at rooftops.
Right? Shit. Or coming home at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, that was our life
Yeah.
back then.
That was.
But yeah, I think I'd go with the first option because think about it. 48-hour days. That sounds awesome.
That does.
So you can plan your day perfectly. Let's say you sleep first in the day, right? You sleep in. And then
Right.
you work for 8 hours. You still have about 38 hours of whatever you want to do. You can pretty much
I mean-
put in 2 days of work in one day. Think about it. That's pretty cool. And 12 hours or 24 hours of night. That sounds really cool. Like sleep
But-
6 hours and then you wake up and it's still night.
But at one point, would you end up like you end up losing your mind when it goes when it's
Well,
like
don't we lose our minds in regular time?
we do.
Yeah. That's just part of the human psyche there. But
I mean, if you really want to simulate night in your own bedroom, just close all your windows and shut off your lights.
like we're doing right now. No, but during the morning, the sunlight still gets through pretty harshly.
In a way, yes, but as long as it's not shining in your face, I don't really see much wrong in doing that.
What was the point of simulating night when you're just in a 5 foot body of, you know, of space?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, it's night in here. I can't go outside though.
I
I'm
mean,
stuck in
Because I'm a
my
vampire, yo.
loneliness.
I'm a fucking vampire.
That too.
I personally, like, what you call, like, if like, whenever like I'm in bed and I'm trying to sleep, I like to keep you know, any sort of light as minimal as possible. Like my only light sources are either my iPhone or my fan in the back of me behind the wall, which emits a low visibility blue light, purely just to help me see in the dark if I need it.
So you're saying you're gonna simulate night during the day so you can work out at night, the actual night?
No, but only when I'm sleeping or when I feel like I need to sleep.
But you have 24 hours of night. Why would you need to sleep during the day?
Well, that depends. Our cycles, our human cycles, are not meant to withstand anything more than 24 to 48 hours. I mean, it probably could, but it's going to be
But if you,
extremely taxing in our bodies.
Hmm.
but it
So,
would take a lot of time to adjust to that kind of.
yeah, that too. But at the same time, the human body has, limited adaptations. Like, it is adaptable, but you can't expect it to adapt to, Jupiter's gravity, for example. There is no way in hell we're going to survive that.
Well, that's besides the point. But back to the options, though. Both are pretty much equal in terms of adaptability, you know? Because I'm not gonna lie, 12-hour days, that's gonna be hard for me to adjust to. So I only get like 5 hours of sleep, and then the rest is just work and whatever. And then go back to sleep next day again. I just go with the longer days, honestly. You only have 4 days a week. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess that I guess there wouldn't be no problem with that. So,
So I'm gonna
but
pick option one. Nick picks option one as well. Phil, do you reinstate, or are you gonna stick with your 16
I'm gonna
days
stick
a
with
week?
I'm gonna
Which is
I'm gonna stick
ridiculous.
I'm gonna stick with option two. I'm gonna be
Alright.
the indifferent and stick with option two.
Well, not just being indifferent, but just how you really feel about it. You know, don't just pick it
Okay.
because we're not picking it. Pick it whatever you think is the right option or the better
Yeah.
option.
And
Yeah.
Th-
and,
think,
I do think I actually no legit like I actually do think like
16 days
uh
a week is healthy.
yeah. Well, in my case, because one, work can go by a lot more. Work can actually go a lot quicker, and then the next day just comes in. Oh, we're at it. You know,
All right. Let me ask you this: how long do you want to work during those days?
shit. I already work 8, so I might as well just work fucking 10 hours and shit.
You're gonna work 10 hours, so you have 2 hours of sleep,
Might as well make that work. Fuck it.
and then
Might as well.
you're awake again the next day. You
Pretty
have
much.
like no life. You're pretty much
Well-
waking up, going to work, and then back to sleep. That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah,
You're okay with that the rest of your life.
yeah. Fuck it. Whatever. I
You
mean,
have a short
Well-
lifespan.
I'm already.
Well-
I'm already heading that. I'm already heading that direction anyway. So, shit.
in that case, at least we'll get to see Teddy Bear Phil back again.
Oh yeah, totally.
Why is that?
like you said earlier, goes to work, goes to sleep,
Oh
goes to work,
yeah.
goes to sleep. No workout whatsoever. That means he's gonna get fat.
They're all gonna look like the people from Wally
Yeah, pretty much.
at the end.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in a fucking floating wheelchair and then just going to work. Oh
Okay.
no.
We gave you options. Me and Nick are sticking to the 48-hour days, which I think is more fun.
And a little bit more forgiving if you think about it.
To human physiology, yeah. Is that your
Yeah,
final
no,
answer?
That's my final answer. I'm gonna stick to option 2.
All right. Well, just like the late great Regis Philbin says, we have a millionaire. I don't know. By the way, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Regis.
Shout out to Regis.
Well, hey, if you do ever, with your chosen time zone world, I guess, if you do happen to die of either diabetes or extreme exhaustion, I'll be
Or
sure
boredom.
to make a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and call
In
it
your
the
name.
Fat Philly in your honor.
Okay.
That's fine. And a statue.
Okay.
That too,
We'll
with
have,
the Fat Philly
we'll have
sandwich.
official Philly Day here,
Yeah.
which is your birthday, apparently.
Man, I don't know. I think Philly cheesesteak would be the last thing I eat before I die.
Okay.
If
Go on.
there's one thing I could eat one last thing before I die, it would first of all it would not be a Philly cheesesteak. Remarkably it would probably be either between a Dave's Double or an Ultimate Jack.
Why not you
good choice.
triple? Why not you upgrade the Daves and go to Dave's triple?
Yeah.
Fine.
It's your last
You
meal.
know what? You wanna fucking add more shit? Fine, we'll make it Dave's triple.
That's why whenever I go to well, of course we hardly do this nowadays. In fact, it might be safe to say we never do this. But whenever you guys buy Dave's double, I outdo y'all by getting Dave's triple.
Wait, what did you get last time
Just-
you went? I got Dave's double. I forgot what you got. Did you even
I
get anything?
think I think I either got Dave's double or awesome sriracha or something like that. I
Okay.
kind of forgot. My memory is a little muddy from that day, from the last time you went
'Cause I'm
Wendy's.
pretty sure you didn't get the triple.
Okay,
that.
maybe not. But again, my memory is kind of muddy about it.
Muddy waters. But yeah, we still gotta have a Dave's double run someday.
Okay.
Dave's triple run.
Okay. But there you go, Ethan.
All right.
Anyway,
Have fun with your
sex.
16 day weeks.
Yes, I would definitely have 16 days.
Okay.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and just jump to a little bit of video game streaming, and a little bit of kicking off with some Half-Life 2 updates.
Okay, so just like the Star Wars original trilogy, there is a rebellion going on in City 17, and Gordon Freeman is spearheading the attack. And honestly, this is actually one of my favorite moments in the game because I every now and then while I do enjoy feeling like, Rambo in situations where I'm shooting tons of bad guys by myself with all sorts of weaponry, I do also like that camaraderie feel of having, allies by your side, shooting bad guys with you. To me, that's just, like there's a bro element to it, pretty much. So yeah, right now I'm on the level called Anti-Citizen 1, which that's referring to Gordon Freeman himself. And yeah, definitely bringing back the Star Wars days, combined with Saving Private Ryan vibes slash Call of Duty vibes. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Shit,
Yeah.
that's that is quite the vibe. That is literally quite the vibe. Running on. Damn, that's real hot too. Man, 'cause-
Of course, keep in mind that the level is mostly littered with you know, combined soldiers and policemen with various weapons. At the same time, there are also mutant creatures you'll be facing, such as head crabs, both regular, fast, and poison variants, along with zombies here and there. So it's sort of like a toss-up of everything you've faced in the previous levels of Half-Life 2.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Are you close to beating it?
You said there's some troopers. You said you have like some soldiers in that game, right?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say they're soldiers. They're more like rebels. Basically, like how the Rebel Alliance is like, everyone who hates the Empire bands together and fights the Galactic Empire. It's that kind of thing.
Okay, no, actually the question I was trying to get at was how good is their aim? Is it like bad as a
Their aim or my aim?
their aim? Is their aim like bad, like really bad as a stormtrooper? Stormtroopers have like tremendously.
I don't think so. I mean, they aim decent enough, but the game kind of emphasizes you as being the hero, and rightfully so. While they have regular armor and guns, you have more advanced armor um, and guns, and you have the intellect of a scientist, which sadly not many rebels are like that, except for a few important characters which aren't exactly the fighting type.
Shit. Okay, fair enough.
So you didn't beat it yet?
Enough.
Not quite. I'm not rushing it either, because I am actually enjoying that particular level.
Yeah. Just
Basically,
just savor it.
yeah. Basically, you know, it's almost like playing a Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter in a way, where you basically command rebels to go to that position or attack that particular enemy. Yeah, it's that kind of vibe that I get. The only thing that kind of sucks is Freeman does not talk, which honestly I will never understand.
Sounds like every
I
Nintendo
mean,
game ever made.
I mean, come on, Gordon Freeman, you're a smart man. You should know that communication is key in any team building exercise.
Well, maybe he's so smart he just uses his mind to do everything, not his physical thing.
Whatever.
As Freeman, he's a free man. Okay.
Yeah, you could say that, but still, that doesn't excuse him from not communicating.
Yeah. Someday. Maybe he's mute. Anyway, that's enough bad puns. Phil, what are you playing?
Right. As far as playing goes, I'm still, believe it or not, even during Hurricane Weekend, I've actually been still, I'm still grinding on Street Fighter Third Strike and Street Fighter 5, and so this idea kind of just kind of came not only came to me, but also was a little bit inspired inspired by people like Maximilian Dude or Devon Street, because what I see what I see Maximilian Dude does, he does things called legacy series, and when he does a legacy series, he covers a certain character over various types of video games. For example, he one of his first legacies he did was with Akuma, when and because you can date back when Akuma first appeared in Super Street Fighter Turbo 2.
Hmm.
And that was pretty much that was pretty much dated that was pretty much dated since the 90s, and you translate to now like almost like 30 years worth of gaming. Like, oh shit. So the idea that I was kind of sparking from it, not necessarily do a legacy video, but instead master the master the in game, the fighting techniques and the strategies um, with Akuma. So basically, what I would cover sometime soon in a much more better stream. I'll actually like to cover my gameplay using Akuma all the way from Super Street Fighter 2, all the way and every other game that he's been involved in, you including like Marvel vs. Capcom vs. SNK, all the way to SF5. So 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 I was actually thinking of calling the series Master the Blank.
Hmm.
So in this case, this first part of the series I'll do is Master the Raging Demon.
Okay.
So it's an interesting challenge because, well, part of the challenge, the only con part about the challenge is trying to find a lot of the older retro games. We're trying to get trying to find those ROMs, but apparently, Emulator Paradise has got pretty much what I'm looking for.
All right. Hopefully that works out for you,
Yeah.
Master. Master. Sorry. That's a Kung Pao reference.
Oh, okay.
One of the dumbest shows ever.
Hmm.
Okay. So is that it for you, Phil? Playing wise, streaming wise?
Yeah. And did you get it? Did you get last week? Did you?
Oh, you didn't get it? I was waiting for
I
that
didn't.
part.
I was waiting for you too. Shit.
I didn't have time because everyone's freaking out about the hurricane. They're boarding everything up, and among other things. So I'll get it this weekend for sure.
Okay.
However, I did beat a game.
Oh.
Let me say a few words without spoiling it too much. For The Last of Us 2, it's probably the most controversial game this decade. By a long shot. And I say decade because Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009, and that was the most controversial game of its time as well.
Yeah, it was.
So, Last of Us 2, yep, definitely lives up to the hype. And it's the perfect game where it pretty much shows how broken the number system is, the rating system. Because if you look at Metacritic, the critics say it's like 10 out of 10, right? Best game ever. But
Right.
from the player's perspective, you get like 5s, 1s out of 10s, 2s out of 10s, because they don't agree with the decisions the developers made for the game. Let's just say a huge character dies, pretty much.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I can only imagine who you're talking about.
Yep.
Is this like
I don't want to
level
spoil
of like?
anything.
I know, but I think I know who it is.
Okay.
Is this like a level of like Glenn dying?
Exactly. I had the flashbacks of that too. When that scene happened, I was like, "Oh shit, not another Glenn moment." And I actually had to stop playing for like a week because I just mentally like tried to process the whole thing. I'm like, "What? Why would they do this to this person?"
You know what that reminds me of, and to this day, this does actually hurt my heart just thinking about it. Dom's sacrifice in Gears of War 3.
Yep, that was a good one.
I hated to see him go, but I understood why.
Well, it's bittersweet. Well, it's bitter because obviously it's Dom, right? One of the
Yeah.
main characters. But it's sweet because he gets to be back with his wife that he's been searching for.
Mm-hmm.
The whole game. So.
Well, actually, he did find his wife, but she just wasn't the same.
Right. She's pretty much a husk, aka dead. So
Brain
yeah,
dead, pretty much.
brain dead. Yeah. So that was a bittersweet moment. But this moment in this game particularly, there's no sweet moment about it. It's all just bitter hatred of how this, how they let this person go.
Boy.
And I seriously had to take a couple shots of hard liquor to even, you know.
You had some Jack and Coke in? God damn, dude.
Well, that particular scene a couple of weeks ago, but there are some other hard scenes as well. Um, man, but the story is amazing though. Yeah, you have to play it. I can't even say any much left because I don't want to spoil anything.
I could only imagine if a hardcore Last of Us fan played the second game and they get to the point in which what you're talking about, they get to that point and they see that person die. I can see this happening. Hennessy, smoke,
Yep.
and then
Well,
just so that they could feel better.
Well, that's a bit extreme, though, but okay.
physically, I don't know if they did that, but they probably did because they turn off the webcam right away and they're like, okay, I'm gonna do some coke. This is some fucked up shit. But man,
I thought it'd be more like, I'm gonna go in my corner. I'm just gonna like,
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to my corner, snort my cocaine, smoke my
No,
crack,
just-
everything.
just like no, go in like fucking fetal position, just like.
Yeah, because I can't believe they would do this to this person.
yeah. So back to the ratings thing, I agree that some fans are very disheartened and rate this like a 4 out of 10 or whatever. But I still have to give this a 10 out of 10. It's that good. The fact that a video game made you feel this way in the first place, they did their job there. Perfect.
Not many video games
Not many
do that.
movies, not many music does this to you.
Yeah.
The fact that
And
a video
I'll-
game did
Mhm.
it says something.
I'll give two examples where I had those sorts of feelings.
Mhm.
The first one was BioShock Infinite,
Mm.
and for those who haven't played the game, I'm about to spoil it now. In 5,
Uh-oh.
4, 3,
Uh,
2,
cover your ears.
1. The ending actually, made me talk about it for days. Like the fact that Booker DeWitt turned out to be the antagonist the entire time from a different dimension.
Mhm.
I'm like, whoa, no way. Well, before that, Booker decides to kill Comstock, which basically he kind of kills himself.
Yep.
And it turns out, according to Elizabeth, that was just 1 out of 1 billion Comstocks. And she said the only way to, kill Comstock is to stop him from existing, aka commit suicide. And I'm like, what? No way.
Yeah.
And of course, I had to go through that because it's the story, the plot demands it. But even though I found the ending was like a bit of a shocker, it had me talking about it.
For sure.
The second game is a bit more recent. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I'm a bit ashamed to admit this. Okay, first off, I will say I love Geralt, I love Yennefer, I love Trish, Ciri, all the characters, especially the Baron dude, who's possibly the most interestingly well-written character I've ever seen in a very long time.
Red Baron.
Yeah. Besides them, I'm ashamed to say that as much as I enjoyed the game, I somehow got the worst ending.
Oh yeah, you told me
And-
that was funny.
Yeah. And again, spoiler warning in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got to the ending where Ciri doubts herself and sacrifices herself, and I'm like, wait, what? How did they
Yeah.
get this ending? What the fuck? And then I couldn't help but just watch Geralt get well, I don't see him get mauled to death, but the sight of all these ghouls, monsters charging after him all by himself inside a cabin, mourning his adopted daughter's death. You know, the implication was clearer than crystal. Geralt was gonna die, and he's not gonna do shit about it. And I was like, oh, fuck me. I feel so bad that I somehow got this ending.
There goes your 50 hours of playtime.
Yeah. Damn it.
It's alright.
One day, I will play that game again and actually strive for the good ending. One day.
Yeah, or at least a little better than that one, because that was the worst one you could have.
Well, there are two other endings which I will not get into.
Okay, but I'm just saying that might be the worst one, though.
Four.
Yeah.
I think there's like 4 endings total, if
There's
I'm not
4
mistaken.
endings. Yes.
Okay.
And
And
that was
I
the worst
somehow
one.
got the worst. Yeah, I somehow got the worst one.
So, yeah,
Fuck me.
bite that bullet.
Hey. If you get the worst one the first time, you're probably gonna get better ones the next couple times.
You can only
maybe.
go up from there.
Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, honestly, the game is so big and expansive. I'll probably get stuck with side quests, and maybe instead of spending like 2 months completing the game, I might take 2 years. Who knows? The game is that big, which honestly I really like.
Definitely. But yeah, just a few more things about Last of Us. Man, that story is mind-boggling, mind-bogglingly good. Because in the beginning, the game makes you hate this one character, and by the end of the game, you don't know which side to pick. Like you're questioning your own psyche and your own morals. Like, man, am I a bad person for liking this person, or am I the good person here? Yeah.
Damn, that's like masterful storytelling right there.
It's crazy. I almost want to play the game again, even though mentally it's probably not good for me, because I'll probably start doing coke.
Like I can imagine if I was like, you know, from what I could like put my feet in your shoes kind of thing. If I was to play that game, I'd be like, oh yeah, I like this character. This character is awesome. He's super cool. And then at some point, you know, it gets to their dark side moment, I guess. And they're like, yeah, this guy's gonna be so cool. He's gonna show him the good. He's gonna show him what the light side is all about. And what? Are you serious? He's doing that? Yeah.
It pretty much shows the deepest, darkest parts of a human, and you really get to see all of it on both sides. So you're like, huh, who's the bad guy? Who's the real good guy here? But yeah, it's really good, man. You guys got to play it. You really have to play.
I mean, from what you're telling me, I don't think there are any good guys or bad guys.
Yeah, just humans.
Yeah.
Flawed humans. So, and the coolest thing is, I don't think you really have to play the first one, because a lot of the game is flashbacks. So it kind of it catches you up to what's going on.
I see.
So you're like, oh, okay. That's
Well,
why
make
she's
sense?
like this. Or was that?
Wouldn't it make sense to would it make sense to play the first one, that way you kind of like have knowledge?
For sure. You'd be more prepared mentally, for sure.
Conventionally, yes, but from what Air is saying, it almost sounds like you don't need the first game to completely understand what's going on. Like, in a way, Last of Us 2, from what Air is saying, sounds like it's its own game compared to its predecessor.
In a way, yes, because it does a lot of backtracking, back to the first game in the second game. So let's just let's say you didn't play the first game, or you have played the first game, but it's been so long that you don't remember anything. The second game catches you up mentally, so you're back in it. Like, oh, okay, I got it now. So honestly, I played the first game, but I almost didn't because I don't remember any of it, honestly, because it's been so long. So it's like I played the second game without even playing the first one, even though I did.
Right.
So, if you really want to play the second game, you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to play the first one if you don't have it. But if you guys do want to play it, I have the game if you guys want to borrow it. So, but I can say right now, game of the year, probably game of the decade for me. It's that good. I've never felt this way about a video game before. It's crazy.
Not since Witcher: The Wild Hunt.
Yeah, and that was many years ago. So, but even this story, I think, is more deep than anything I've ever experienced. It's crazy. It's like you're with the characters as they die or live, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You feel for them pretty much. So yeah, really good game. It might change you mentally, just a warning. Because it's that deep, it's that crazy. But if you can stick with it, it's worth it for the ride.
Okay.
So my review, 10 out of 10 for me, for sure.
Okay. 10 out of 10 for Last of Us 2.
And the cool thing is you can play guitar in the game.
Ah,
Is that why you're mentioning the memes about the
Yeah. About
different
Ellie,
guitars on?
about Ellie's guitar tutorials on
Yeah.
Last of Us. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. That's ah. Yeah, because it's funny because Nick was talking. Nick was also relating to different endings from other video games that made him like super emotional. Because
Yeah.
because the only time I ever got emotional over a certain ending, and actually this happened about three times.
Hmm.
First one, because the first one I can date it all the way back to Metroid Prime 3.
Okay. Corruption.
And here's the sucky part. Okay, granted, Samus is not gonna say shit. He's not gonna say nothing. But emotionally, she's gonna feel the emotional ride of killing her friends because they're already corrupted. Because
Right.
they're already at the point of not worth saving. So Samus is left with no choice but to kill her friends, her allies,
Hmm.
in order to save the universe. So, and then that moment where she goes back to moment after you defeat Dark Samus, you defeat the that huge ass bug. You go back and you had that small little reflection where it's like, was her friend's sacrifice worth the reward of being alone in the universe again?
Mm-hmm. Was that by choice,
The
or
sec-
that was just how the game ended?
That's just how the game ended. Like
Yeah.
I kind of wish some of the characters would have stayed alive
Yeah.
a little bit, but at the end it's like okay, well,
Yeah.
you're, as you know, by character design, you had no choice but to like kill them. You have to kill them because they're beyond the point of saving.
Right. Okay.
So the second time, or actually, yes, the second time was, not gonna lie, Spider-Man PS4, and this was, and everyone who probably already played Spider-Man PS4 is, spoiler, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is when Aunt May like dies in front of Peter, because
Ooh.
Aunt May is a very pivotal point in Peter Parker's life.
Yeah, she is.
Yep.
Along with Uncle Ben.
Along with Uncle Ben, she's a very pivotal part of Peter Parker's life. And the moment she dies, and you can, I kind of not my heart break. Like I kind of felt my heartstrings kind of tug a little bit. Like shit.
Oh yeah. It's
I kind
family.
of felt it tug bit. It's like oh shit. This is happening. Like they're like the king of Aunt May. Like oh shit. So, and then finally the third time, and this is honestly the most recent.
Hmm.
Final Fantasy VII, the original.
The remake.
Are you talking about that part where every gamer cried?
I'm talking about well remake. Well, the thing is, remake only covered like only the Midgar part.
Hmm.
The original pretty much covered everything after, like, of course, everything in Midgar, and then everything after when you go to when you go into Cosmo Canyon, just that's where you start your adventure trying to hunt down Sephiroth. But the point, yes, and I'm talking about that very exact moment with when Aerith, when Aerith pretty much went to the temple, and um, she already had the prayer um, element, and in a second out of nowhere, fucking Sephiroth just comes out of the sky and just literally just like fucking the blade right to Eric's chest. I'm like, fuck no, no,
Yeah.
and
No,
please,
no,
no, and I had to like,
no.
Snake.
I,
Snake.
no, and then when you play it too, and when you hear the music, I'm like, shit, this is
That's the cherry on top.
because you read that dialogue, you read that one that you read the that dialogue saying like she can no longer be mad, no longer be sad, no longer cry. I'm like,
That's when you started crying.
like yeah,
That's
and
when
I
you
even
started doing
started
all those
crying.
things.
I even cried even more like the second Cloud put her Cloud put Earth in the river.
Mm.
I'm like, shit. And then, well, even honestly, remake even made me cry a bit too, because
Yeah.
they even like they even hinted the thing the shit that's gonna happen in the next game. Like, you know what's gonna happen, but you're but I'm emotionally afraid. I'm gonna like fucking break down and cry on stream. I'm like, no. So but yeah.
Better get that Kleenex ready.
Uh,
Or get those shots ready.
I should have had shots. I should have drank the first time when I saw that ending, or when I not the ending, when I seen the moment with Aerith. So and every time I hear Aerith's music, even randomly even like randomly play on Spotify and shit,
You get those feelings again.
I fucking tear up. Even with Tina's music, I fucking tear up a little bit.
Shit, man.
So
You know,
and
you know, get over
I
that.
don't it's me, but like the music in Final Fantasy, like it finds ways
Well
to just
done.
like, just tugging up, just hit you, just hit you with some left right heartstring punches.
You know the best way to get over that? Just chug the
Some
whole
Jack and Coke. Oh.
soju bottle. you will not
Yeah.
get back from that. Okay. By the way, I do not recommend this to kids at home, so don't do it unless you're going through a mental breakdown.
Kids
Like we have.
just drink. Kids just drink freshly squeezed rock.
Yeah.
Orange juice.
Anyway, moving away from all that heavy stuff. Nick, real quick on your personal achievements.
Okay.
Warriors workout. The German.
So, just another week of. Sorry. Just another week of going through my Warriors workout. A very nice balance of, calisthenics and cardio. You know how it is: 100 push-ups, 100 body rows, 100 squats, and 10-minute hit sprinting intervals. And of course, with the other three exercises, using the 10 reps by 10 sets, which is also known as the German volume training. If you don't know what that is, I highly encourage you to check it out. I think it's a very great volume for pretty much any athlete really looking to build muscle, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And of course, this does not restrict to any workout, whether you do calisthenics or weightlifting. It doesn't specify that you do weightlifting, although some sources do. But I believe this is a very useful volume protocol to input into any of your workouts, which leads me into its predecessor, I guess, which is called the Gironda protocol,
Hmm.
um, which is something I'm going to do on August 8th for a very good reason. What month of the year is August?
August
No, I
Eight,
mean like
the 8th.
yeah.
month.
And on that and the second Saturday, or sorry, yeah, the second Saturday of the month is the 8th, which is appropriate for me to start the Gironda protocol, because what that
8 days.
is 8 reps, 8 sets of any workout. But besides, the reps and sets volume, here's
Right.
the big difference. The German volume training does not specify how long you should rest, whereas this one does. 30 seconds to be precise. And I'm looking to implement this only for my sledgehammer and tire training, just for a little bit more, or I wouldn't say a little bit more, but a lot more muscle growth
Hmm.
on top of the regular calisthenics that I already do.
All right.
Yeah. And this to make, I mean, pretty much in a more unrelated note, I am actually off on that Saturday, but
Nice.
at the same time, I am already making plans with Carolyn and Cam, which is their anniversary, as in a relationship. And along with me, they're looking to invite Kanae, their sorry, Carolyn's friend from Japan, who we hung out with like maybe some Saturdays ago when I went to CPK in Kapolei. But yeah, we're looking to celebrate their anniversary as friends. But
The girl that
just
stole your
because,
heart.
well, okay,
Anyway, go ahead.
just to make things clear, I do not have a crush on her, even though I do think she's attractive. You can recognize a girl or a woman as attractive without falling in love with them. I'll say that right now. Like, you can
Platonic?
say, "Oh, you look pretty nice," but you don't mean it in a you know hit on her kind of way. Yeah, like you're just being
So
nice,
it's
and there's absolutely nothing wrong
compliments.
with that. What?
Basic compliments.
Yeah, exactly. To me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with complimenting a girl as long as there's no feelings involved. Like, whether or not you're her lover or not, compliments are always nice, no matter the situation.
Okay. I hope that your wife is okay with you being in a platonic relationship.
Well, let's put it this way. My wife knows about my friendship with Carolyn, and she ultimately understands my reason why. I'm not attracted to Carolyn at all for a very good reason.
Yeah, but that's different because she's taken.
Actually, that's not the reason why I'm not attracted to her. It goes way, way more than that.
No, I'm saying though, your wife is okay with that because she has a boyfriend. Kanae, on the other hand, is single
Well, well,
and ready to
besides,
mingle.
okay. Besides Carolyn having a boyfriend, the main reason why I'm not attracted to her and I choose to keep our relationship as friends slash platonic, she's kind of chubby. I'm not into chubby girls or skinny
Whoa, hey
girls.
now,
I'm not prodding at her or anything, but I'm just being
one man's
straight up
trash.
honest that's my preference. I don't like fat girls and I don't like skinny girls. I want somewhere healthy in between.
Okay, quite the picky one here. You went from chubby to fat, by the way.
Wait, what?
No, you called her chubby, then you called her fat in one. Anyway,
Sorry, I tend to get those mixed up. But the point is,
Big
she's
girls.
big. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not saying like, I'm not saying like they should change, but I just don't prefer that type of woman. Period.
It's good to have some cushion for the pushing.
Yeah, not for me though.
Okay. I guess you just be pushing.
I'm already pushing the ground. What more do I need?
You're pushing it, Nick. Anyway, okay, that's your protocol. Since we are going straight into TV lines and videos, it's kind of similar to fitness. Nick, Baki, you got into that train?
Yeah. I actually decided to give Baki the Grappler a watch, and I'm already 2 episodes in. I like it. The first episode, I will not spoil anything, but it straight up lets me know that this anime does not, mess around. Like,
It doesn't
it's
pull
for
any
mature
punches.
audiences.
Yeah.
Was that?
It
Yeah.
doesn't- Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was considering watching Hajime no Ippo instead, but from what I've seen, within maybe like a couple of episodes, it does tend to drag until it gets to the good parts, which I don't necessarily think that's bad, but I don't necessarily think it's good either. But for the sake of storytelling, I understand. But for Baki, less episodes, but it's very straightforward in its intent to project that, hey, this is an anime that is definitely not for kids, and these characters do not mess around, which is something that I like. Like, you can still tell a decent story without dragging it or rushing it, in my opinion. And Baki does that pretty well. I'm already I'm
Sure does.
2 episodes in, but here is my goal. I intend to finish it within 3 weeks by watching 2 episodes from Monday through Saturday each, with 1 episode on Sunday, because on Netflix there are 39 episodes total. So I thought, why not I divide them by the week? That way I can finish the entire show on Netflix in 3 weeks. So, there's 13 episodes in one season. 2 episodes Monday, 2 episodes Tuesday, 2 episodes Wednesday, 2 episodes Thursday, 2 episodes Friday, 2 episodes Saturday, 1 episode Saturday. How many episodes is that in 1 week? 13. That's already 1 season done. Same thing for the next 2 weeks.
All right. But just saying, until you get to the Raitai tournament in season 3, you haven't seen nothing yet. Just
Probably, but I'm already, I would say that I'm hooked.
saying. All right. That's one guy watching Baki. Phil, you gonna jump on that soon?
I got to jump on it, but also I actually finally had the chance to watch Hitman 4
Oh boy, here we go.
With the family?
with the family, and it's
Nice.
actually available on Netflix.
I saw that. Yeah. How was it?
So it was actually pretty good. I mean, the fact that they got not a complete 1-for-1 Bruce Lee lookalike. He's pretty, it was, he's pretty. He was almost rather close. Like he kind of had his he sort of had the mannerisms, but like his mannerisms and whatnot. But overall,
But his spirit is there, definitely.
yeah, his spirit is there. Like even the
Mannerisms.
not the mannerism, like they got his whole fight style that in the alleyway fight scene with this one
Big karate dude.
Oh,
yeah, it was big Holly dude. I'm like, and I noticed one of the big Easter eggs is not only his that sidekick of his, but also his nunchuck or that nunchuck like technique he does. I know that was from Enter the Dragon? What was it? Shit.
Oh, is it when like Bruce Lee gets cut and then he just licks his blood?
Was it Enter the Dragon? Shit, I can't.
I believe it might have been Enter the Dragon because I know Bruce Lee did that when he was you know um in his Enter the Dragon project.
True. I think you're right.
Yeah, so he does his that technique. I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, oh shit.
Shit got real.
It's like, oh shit. It's actually pretty close. Or it's actually pretty one for one. Like, and he even did the famous like that smirk he does with that.
With the thumb. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, with his thumb, like, oh shit, okay, it's very believable. I mean, overall, as a movie, it did really well. And what a send off it does, like after the send off like where Bruce Lee appears at Ben's funeral. What a send off. I can only hope that we're gonna get a Bruce Lee Hitman style kind of film.
That would be cool. Yeah. So similar applause from the family.
Yeah, similar applause.
All right.
And especially that probably my other favorite fight scene was they had the Chinatown Festival in San Francisco, and then he fought one of the military karate guys, and then the way he just counters everything. He's able to like read your opponent just like that. It's like, fuck.
You have to be like, what the?
Like, he got you already.
You want to know something ironic about that character?
What's that?
The real life actor Chris Collins is actually Wing Chun master himself.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Full circle.
Yep.
No. So
Right,
yeah,
cool.
that was
I gotta watch that with the fam.
yeah.
Sounds fun.
And so I had to rewatch Last Dance from episode 25.
Oh, nice.
So I'm literally taking advantage while it's there.
Yeah, well, it'll be there for a while, but yeah, you can take your time with that.
So, and I'm kind of rewatching it. I rewatched from 1 to 5, and I get it because like there was so much shit that in the 97, 90s.
Yep, that's why you need 10 episodes for the whole thing. A lot to take in.
The one thing I noticed, like they do a lot of like timeline, like going back and forth. Like
Yep, flashbacks.
like one moment, like you're you go back to it when Jordan was scouted at North Carolina, and he was being told by coaches and other peers like you know you're a young age, you should already go pro. So,
Yeah, it's a cool way to tell the story.
So, but knowing Michael, he'd rather finish out the year, but everyone's saying, yeah, just go pro. And the fact that he's the number 3 pick in the draft in 1984.
Yeah.
That shit's nuts.
Well, no one knew how good he was gonna be, but up until maybe 10 years later.
Oh, and just
He proves
learning
him
like, oh, and also like learning shit about Scottie Pippen and whatchamacallit,
Dennis Rodman, Phil Jackson.
Dennis Rodman, Phil Jackson, Jerry Krause. Jerry Krause is a scummy motherfucker.
He's a scumbag.
Like
Rest in peace, but scumbag.
like I think this was trophy with number 5, and then the second they announced Jerry Krause's name, everyone was just straight booing his ass. I'm like,
Rightfully so. He's the villain here.
So
Yeah. He an asshole.
what the? I fucking cracked up when I saw that.
Yeah. That's a good show. You're halfway now?
I'm actually halfway through.
Yeah, it gets better from there. So.
So. Oh, okay. There you go. Sorry, I had to get.
Oh, that's cool.
Had to,
Yeah, that's a really good show. But going away from the entertainment parts of TV online and videos, I finished a very famous horror story
American Horror Story.
called Ju-on: The Origins on
Oh
Netflix,
boy.
aka
Oh.
based on The Grudge, the original Grudge,
Oh shit.
Japanese version of it, not the stupid Hollywood version featuring Naomi
Oh.
Watts, which was pretty scary, but nothing compared to the Japanese original. Because let's face it, Asians make everything scarier.
Somehow.
Not to be racist or anything, but looking at an Asian girl with long hair, like in a dark room, versus like I don't know a Howley girl, Asian girl takes the cake for being scary.
Yeah, definitely. And
Just
believe it
looks
or
so-
not, the whole Asian girl with long hair, that actually roots back to Japanese funerals, because when women die, especially when their native religion of Shintoism was at its prime, um, when young women die, I might be wrong, but this is something that
go
I picked up from. They would have their hair let down while wearing white,
Hmm.
which
Is there-
if you understand the cultural significance, you'd appreciate it. But if you don't, and you see them like Walking Dead, especially if especially if their hair is partially covering most of their face,
Hmm.
then yeah, that would be, extremely unsettling, to say the least.
Oh yeah. So why would they be Walking Dead anyway?
Well, again,
Just restless souls.
yes, and how Asian or Japanese tend to romanticize dead women coming back as ghosts, because that's like a common theme in their legends or whatever. As cool and scary it might be depending on your point of view, I'd say it really has a profound influence in the horror genre. Like when you see, like even for cosplay, most especially, if you see, a female Asian cosplayer, wearing white gown, long black hair, covering their face, and their faces are painted pale white, you immediately know where that's from. Whether it's The Grudge or Ju-on, you know where that came from.
Of The Ring. But yeah,
Yeah.
just the girl with the long hair, that's one of the classic horror cliches.
Hmm.
Horror classics. Yeah. Along with like the beheaded man or Frankenstein or what have you.
Hmm.
The long haired girl's up there. Or the white lady, as they say. In some cultures.
Yeah.
Or La Llorona, maybe. Is that kind of part of it? In
I would
Spanish
say
culture?
that's like the Mesoamerican equivalent per se, which technically that's also Western equivalent, because Latin America is in the West.
Mm-hmm. So main gist is be good to your girl because she might come back and haunt you like that.
Yeah.
Especially if she has long hair.
Hmm.
But yeah, I finished the show, The Origins. There's only 6 episodes, so if you want to give it a watch, it's pretty quick. But
Where
it's it.
can you find these episodes?
This is on Netflix.
Okay.
Ju-on: The Origins, and it's interesting to see. You guys have seen the movies and the different shows or whatever, and you guys know the legends about the young boy, aka the cat or the girl.
Hmm.
But it's interesting to see the origins of everything that's come unfolded, and how it started all in one house that has never been. It's actually based on a true house in Japan.
Oh,
Did you
Pretty creepy.
boy.
did you have that moment where it's like that shit makes sense?
Yeah, there's a moment where you just connect the dots and you're like, the more you know. Cue the more you know music, but there it is. But yeah, definitely don't watch this at. Well, you can watch it at night to get into the mood and turn off the lights or whatever. But be ready because it's pretty scary. Maybe have your light ready. Because all of a sudden you might hear the.
You should not beat the stomach like. Oh, I can't do it.
But yeah, pretty scary. Definitely not a family movie. Maybe if your family likes that kind of stuff, it would be a good watch.
Nope.
No, that's the no in the sniffing house.
No.
What about
Dude,
the Cowtown house?
Maybe.
I think your family would take it more because they're more traditional Filipino, and Filipinos are really into the, the scary urban legend
Well,
stuff.
I would also say that us Filipinos are intimately familiar with
Exactly.
this kind of
It's
stuff.
a big part of our culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a must watch for me. Since I finished everything else.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's see here. Anything happened in the weekend that you guys? Anything interesting happened? No, just staying home from the hurricane.
Yeah.
First of all,
Well,
I gotta ask, wasn't that hurricane nothing major?
wait, what?
Nothing major. Did anyone see that clip?
Oh, yes, I did. I'm like, bro, come on.
Oh
He was
yeah,
right.
the hurricane, nothing major.
Literally.
That's right. I'm right. Bruh, I was rolling when you was talking to the news reporter.
That's a major. So who wasted $100 on water and toilet paper?
Not me. Fuck that.
Not me. Hell no.
Okay, so you guys didn't jump on the bandwagon.
No.
You guys actually used your heads.
There is one interesting thing that did happen at work yesterday. Barely anyone in the store. And I'm like,
Perfect.
shoot, I get to complete my tasks in the most time efficient manner possible. And I did. And my boss was, happy with me that day.
So happy that
Yesterday.
he gave you a raise.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Happy that he gave you a
You get a raise? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, maybe not my boss. I didn't mean to say boss. My supervisor was like a very happy man that night.
Well, damn.
shit. Oh, what do you know? What do you know?
Alright, let's do... is this from last week, Nick, or the personal projects here? Fitness Friday.
This one, so since Phil is running a podcast and you're running a podcast, I decided to jump into that bandwagon by hosting my own podcast.
Interesting.
The big difference with this, apart from the primary subject or the primary subject of fitness, is I want to have a time constraint rule between 30 minutes. The fuck?
The hell is that?
30 minutes to sorry, never mind. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour. So basically, I want the podcast to run between 30 minutes to an hour. And what's your guys' email?
We'll send you the link.
Yeah, we'll send you
on the chat.
Or I'll
Okay.
drop it on right now.
Let's see.
Oh, you have your own outline? Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Share. Wait, where's... Oh, there it is. Share. Air. Oh, there it is. And then Phil. There you are.
Alright, Fitness Fridays. Interesting.
Hold on. Fridays.
Fitness Fridays.
Okay, So go ahead and take a look at the segment that I chose.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so let me reiterate that I do want the podcast to last more than 30 minutes, but no, I mean, I want the podcast to last uh, more than 30 minutes, but no more than an hour.
Okay.
So yeah,
We can do that.
that's why I chose five segment ideas, because one thing I noticed about our podcasts, which as much as I love doing them, don't get me wrong, kind of like working out for too long, it tends to drag, which I think it's a constructive criticism that I say that.
Mhm.
But yeah, this podcast that I'm looking to launch is sort of like a correction of that in some way, which I do think there should be like some kind of a constraint in time where it should not be too long nor too short.
I don't think it's so much a correction, but it's just like balancing the times in between.
Sure, you could say that too. I think that's appropriate to say also.
Because some podcasts go for like 2-3 hours at times.
Yeah, which unless all the topics are interesting, it tends to drag. Again, it's kind of like working out 2 to 3 hours in the gym, which is kind of unnecessary for most people.
All right, I like this idea. Definitely get straight to the point, and then a week. It's almost like a health update every week.
Yeah, something like that.
I like it.
And as you notice in the parentheses note, subject to change weekly, meaning honestly, I do not, although I do not you know change my workouts completely. I do alternate subjects, so what you see now may not be what you see next week.
Okay. And around what time are we expecting to start these shows?
Let's see. Um, that ultimately depends. I was hoping to start maybe around 8:30 to 9, give or take.
I can do that.
Again, 30 minutes to 60 minutes is, you know, all I'm keeping it with.
Okay.
Like, I don't want the podcast to last 15 minutes, nor do I want the podcast to last 90 minutes plus.
Yeah, I can do that. Phil, 8:30.
Yeah.
8:30.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, actually, I
Can
said
do.
9:30
Oh,
Oh,
or
9:30.
9:30.
9.
9.
Well, again, it depends on when I get off of my Friday fellowship. Like,
Mm.
usually it's about like 1 to 2 hours, and then after that, I dig.
All right, we can do 9.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that first of all, I'm surprised Friday Fellowship is back on. That's
Yeah, but because there aren't as many people and social distancing is in order, and um the church the youth leaders, I would say, they're basically parents now. They do understand that they need to constrain their time a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like everywhere else.
Mhm.
No, but yeah, that is a pretty cool idea. Just let us know if you have any questions, because hosting isn't the easiest thing for sure.
yeah.
Right, which I was kind of wondering, like, if one of you guys could like do the recording and I do the hosting, if that works out. No
That could
pun
work.
intended. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let me know. Let me know what kind
What kind of theme, what kind of
of
look you want to go with? Yeah.
I mean, this is okay as long as the subject is as long as what we're talking about is at the heart of the subject.
Okay.
I don't really see anything wrong with doing this podcast.
Okay. That that is that's cool. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, cool. I can't wait. So now we have 3 podcasts a week. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
For hosted from our three, various hosts.
Yeah.
Yours truly.
So there's Motivation Mondays, there's Wisdom Wednesdays, and now Fitness Fridays.
I like that.
God, I love alliterations.
Ill, very ill.
No. Alliteration.
Very
There.
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're at the tail end.
We're in the
here.
tail end now. Yep. Top
We're at-
topics.
we're at the top topic of the week. Ah,
What did we do last week?
we did fighting styles.
Yeah, we did.
Top 5 things.
I remember.
Okay. Just to keep it kind of short, we'll do a top 3 this week.
Okay.
What's up, Nick? Do you have a suggestion?
I do actually. Top, with the top 3. I guess top 3 favorite compound workouts of all time. Compound as in like, one workout works multiple muscles at once.
Why don't we save that for your podcast? That sounds like a good Fitness Friday
Yeah.
top.
Okay, I guess I could like add that in there.
Yeah.
Provided that it doesn't provided like everything else doesn't exceed an hour.
Oh yeah, we'll go through it pretty quick.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll save that for Friday. Phil, you have any top 3 you want to do? That comes to mind?
I'm kind of running blank here. Holy crap.
Okay.
Wow.
Top 3. Do you guys still want to do pet peeves or just anything?
I think anything, right?
Anything?
Right? Anything? Top 3 anything. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about our top 3 times you were most scared of
Oh,
in your
Okay.
life. Or you're like,
All right.
holy shit. I don't know what to like. You go into fight or flight. Instinct mode.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll go with number 3. When I was about 9 or 10, this is in Iowa, by the way.
Mhm.
I woke up maybe in the middle of the night. I still don't know what time it was, but I woke up in the middle of the night. From the bathroom, someone was flushing the toilet, right? And the door was open. I look and no one's there. Just waiting because there's nowhere. It's a one way in, one way out kind of bathroom, right?
Right,
So how
right.
could someone flush the toilet when no one's there? So I just kind of dozed off again because, again super tired. And then kind of woke up again by a sudden noise, and someone or there's a figure by the shower curtain. And I'm like, what the hell? Okay. And I literally blink for like a second, and the figure's gone.
What the fuck?
And that was the last.
Okay,
memory I have of
that's trippy.
it. Yeah. There's no footsteps, nothing that would indicate anything there. It was just toilet flushing, figure, poof. And I was like 9 or 10, so I was like half scared, half what the hell is that, But yeah, I was pretty scared.
I'll take it.
And it doesn't even have to be paranormal. It just has to be like when you were scared of Or it might have been a test, might have been an exam. I don't know. A speech.
Oh, okay. Alright, I got number.
Lickings from your parents.
No, not that. No, scared. Like scared wise, like number 3. This was actually number three. Number 3 is a true story, and this was actually like the first time when my auntie asked me to watch over the Wild House the first time because she was going on that trip. This was the year before you. I think this is the year. This is the year before we did the kind of counters.
Oh,
Too.
interesting.
So the first time, like I basically slept over and shit, and not gonna lie, it was pretty dark and cold at night, and the the one of the weirdest things too, uh, sleeping in my grandparents' room,
Mm.
and not gonna lie, I would have one of those eye-waking moments where I kind of I can hear footsteps through the wood panels of the floor creaking and shit,
The hell?
and then that's legit where I could not.
And you were home alone.
That's why.
Did you turn on all the
So-
lights? That's what I would have done.
No, I did the. I basically just hid on my blanket the entire time,
Shit. You pretty much trapping yourself.
hoping someone would just grab me by the foot and just like, soup, right? So a couple nights it happened, and then the next thing you know, I heard a knock on the door, right?
Oh, what the hell?
I heard knock. I don't know if it was just me, just like, honest to God, I don't know if it was just me, just
Probably just like half
super
imagining
tired.
things.
Yeah, like literally, exactly like half imagining. So
The mind
I
plays
hear
tricks.
knocking. Yeah, right. So I hear knocking. I go to it. I kind of just like go to it, and I'm just like slowly just grabbing the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't open it. 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 What I do, I fuck. And then I look. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Huh.
And then it was just one of those moments like, gosh, I know for real I cannot survive in a horror movie.
Well, you do fit the bill of, you know, the typical black guy that dies first.
so
So you probably would.
for sure, like I can never survive horror. I can never survive in a situation.
At least you're honest. All right, Nick.
So-
Number 3.
Okay. Number 3, scariest
You've ever been.
I've ever been would probably be the a horror movie that I watched when I was 12 years old
Mm.
in the Philippines. The movie story or plot line revolves around this Ouija board. And you know how you're supposed to burn the Ouija board after you finish the game?
Yep.
Well, these girls accidentally burned it during the game, and
that's a
that
no-no.
ultimately cursed them. You know, it cursed them to where an undead girl spirit would basically be killing them off left and right. And I remember this one moment where one of the main characters, all the characters are girls, majority of them.
Mhm.
One of the main characters was hiding in the hospital, and she was hiding underneath the hospital bed. Things got a little tense, and then boom, right in your face, the girl like has her head hanging upside down, looking
shit.
at the main characters. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? And because of that, for like the remainder of my trip at the time, I was 12 years old, and keep in mind this was sometime before, or actually no, yeah, at the time when I was 12 years old and I really didn't know any better, I was afraid to sleep by myself.
We've had those moments.
Even to the point, I got so scared even to the point where I asked one of my, elders, whether it's my mom, my dad, my auntie, uncle, even my
Tuck me
older
in.
cousins, to pretty much, guard me as I, take a shower, because I was really freaking paranoid because of that movie.
Guard you while you shower. Wow.
Well, obviously I didn't say, hey, can you watch me? No, I just said, can you stand outside of the bathroom while I take a shower, because I'm really freaking paranoid because of that movie.
Shit, I hope that they didn't traumatize you your whole life.
No, I'm over it now. But
Okay.
at the time, it was like really hard to get over in one day. In fact, it stayed with me the whole trip.
Oh, this is a Philippine trip.
Yeah.
Shit. It's even scarier because the spirits in the Philippines are stronger, and you feel them.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 2. We might as well just do the top 3 paranormal. You know what I mean? Top 3 paranormal events.
Oh,
Unless you guys did have non-paranormal, scary stuff.
I do have one
Okay,
non-paranormal.
we'll keep it the top 3 scary stuff. Okay, my number 2 would have to be similar to Nick's experience. I watched a movie. You guys know what it is. It's The Ring. And I was
Okay.
around the same age, 13, 12, 13, 14. And the part when she walks out of the TV screen
Oh boy.
and kills the guy, and his face at the end just implanted in my mind forever.
Mm.
And oh, fuck
I know that. I know that moment all too well.
I probably didn't sleep for days. Like I had my nightlight on for a week at least. And the worst thing was I was sleeping in the basement at this time.
What?
So even like the smallest like clank, smallest bump in the night, like oh shit, what the hell is that? Samara, is that you? Show yourself. But yeah, that movie definitely tripped me out for a month at least. So yeah, top
And
number 2. I was the most scared of in my life. All right, Phil, what's yours?
oh, okay. Well, this is a non-scary moment.
Non-paranormal.
Please. Yeah, non-paranormal. Um, First of all, I can't believe it was like already 3 years ago this shit happened, right? Or actually, it's about to be 3. It's about to make 3 years by December. Anyway, you guys know I don't know. You guys know the story, but for those listening, this was the moment where I got my front tooth knocked out by a pressure washing gun, and
Ooh, yeah.
I was scared for my life.
On top of the pain, right?
On top of the pain. So I'm just gonna I guess I'll just do a much more quicker abbreviation. So
Mm-hmm.
working on a house, pressure washing the patio sidewalk area, and then we were moving the truck. Someone in the truck drove had like literally like jerked the brake, and when that happened, the gun ricocheted in my face, knocked me out, hit my tooth, and I was like knocked off for a minute. I woke up and I see blood all over, and I'm feeling this weird pain in my tooth, and I started looking, I started scrambling, and I was like crying all over the place. I'm like, oh fuck. So next thing you know, like I was already like fucking traumatized, and everyone else, and everyone's I don't know why everyone's gotta be such a dick. Like everyone was trying to make fun
of
my
you
ass.
for what?
Yeah, because I had a missing tooth.
It's fucked up, dude.
That is fucked up.
Wait, why was the washer on though?
No, because the stuff that they were doing, like it was like quick, like 5 minutes, like oh, here next house, pressure wash here next house. Because the houses were like perfectly like lined up to each other, next to each other and shit.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like grab and go.
Yeah, it was just like pretty much go like do one next, one do next. So
Driver went too fast.
yeah, driver went too fast. So
Damn.
so yeah. So for those next couple of months, it was fucking traumatizing. It was fucking traumatizing.
And you're forever immortalized in some of our skits and vlogs.
Yep. Yes. So no, but just those moments, even going to urgent care and shit, that shit was was just unbearably painful. Just having a cotton in where the tooth was just painful, and then taking the couple days off just so I can go get just so they can do the surgery for my tooth.
What was the pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
Right, it was already hitting like a very high number.
Damn.
Like very excruciating pain.
Well, let's just be happy it wasn't like your eye or something. That'd be worse.
Thank goodness, because man, if it was my eye, man, my freaking eye would be
You're
hanging
pirate.
out my. I'm shit, dude. I'd be fucking what's his name? Cable from
Yeah.
X-Men, or some other one-night pirate shit,
Shit. That's pretty scary. Be Cyclops.
or that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. Nick, number 2. Go.
My number 2 is very straightforward, and you can call me a pussy for saying this if you want, but
Yeah.
I'm legitimately afraid of rats.
Hmm.
That's fair.
Like-
That's fair.
Like,
I respect
if I see a rat on the corner doing whatever it is, even if it's minding its own business, I will find the nearest exits and get out of there as quickly as possible. Hell, I'll even break the door open too if I have to.
So fight or flight, you go flight.
Yes.
Out of there. Damn.
Nope.
So I guess you don't like Ratatouille.
I see what you did there.
The food. The food's pretty good.
You're seeing that
Yes, I did see that movie.
no, not the movie, but the binging with Bobish, where he actually
Yeah, he made Ratatouille.
yeah, or he recreates that dish. I'm like, oh shit,
That was good. I like the Krabby Patty one.
oh damn, that one's good too.
Okay. We are down to our number 1 scariest moments of our life. Huh. Man, thinking of scary moments. Let's see. Number.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here.
Okay, I think I'll go ahead with my number 1.
Okay, good.
Take it with a very big pinch grain of salt.
Okay.
Very big pinch, okay, before you start, very big pinch grain of salt implies that there is some truth to this story.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And take it how you perceive. But this was just I was actually scared of telling the very first my first and only girlfriend that I even said I like you, because one, keep in mind, I suck at trying to I honest to God suck at trying to say I like you, or I like this girl very much, like, and
Okay,
anytime
that's fair.
anytime I get confronted about it, I either dodge the question or just like, or kind of just like bullshit my way
Yeah.
out of it, like
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about. So like I would dodge. I'll try my hardest to dodge a question, but everyone else, even peers around me, would figure it out, like would figure out right on the dot, and I would bullshit and lie, like I don't know what you're talking about. I dodge a question, and then like this was actually like my grad party in 2011, where I finally where I finally got the balls to say it.
Hmm.
Because the thing is, we've been friends since we've been friends since like 2008, and and for those 3 years, like, no, I don't like you, no. Like,
Even though you did.
even though I did, I was too scared. I was too much of a pussy. Did
Been there, done that.
yeah. So it was being scared, because in my head, in my own head, I keep thinking, oh, this is not gonna go well. This is gonna end up in a dumpster fire like very quick.
Yeah.
So that was like the only thing in my head. I'm thinking, this is gonna end very bad. Quick. You're gonna kill this friendship in like right down the toilet.
Well,
And then
just to make things better, me and Nick do still respect you and think you are indeed a man.
Hmm.
Even though
I mean,
despite
the fact you even confronted,
yeah,
that fear is saying quite a bit about you.
so
congrats. You passed initiation.
Because if you completely pussied out, then I would be, viciously, mercilessly making fun of you for that. But because you actually went through with it,
it
Salute.
says otherwise. Says otherwise.
All right.
So
So that's
yeah.
even though that was your most scared moment, that was also your most triumphant moment.
In a way,
Ironically
yeah.
enough. Yeah. Okay. My number one scariest moments ever. Man, it's so tough one. There's so many. I guess is when I thought I was gonna die. I've had a lot of
Oh shit.
near-death experiences actually,
Oh shit.
but the main one was probably drowning
oh
twice.
boy,
Once I was this was in Iowa. I was at the Rex actually, and I
Oh,
guess
shit.
we're swimming in a lake and no lifeguards or anything.
Mhm.
And I guess we swam a little too far past the line. Big quote on the swam because we didn't know how to swim for shit. We just kind of flopped our way to the deep end, I guess. And before you know it, we can't feel the ground. And you're like, oh shit, what the hell is going on? So we pretty much use each other for like bobbing each other up and down for like a
What the
minute.
fuck?
We're just like splashing our way like. And then finally, our dad, I think my dad and his friend saw us, and they just swam to our rescue.
Mm.
So
Damn.
yeah, if no one saw us that day, I would not be here now telling that story. And the second time that I almost drowned was actually pretty recent, 2014, I think. This was in Waimea. Very early on, like six or
Oh, okay,
seven.
never mind.
6 7 a.m. in the morning, and you know how when the water is super cold, right? And your
Yeah.
body tends to
Yeah.
freeze up, and your
Mhm.
blood starts freezing up too. I didn't realize
Yeah.
how cold the water was, so it was just a group of friends being stupid, just jumping in. Hey, let's try out the waves and shit. Let's jump in there. And the tide was super strong that day, so
Uh-oh.
it pulled us pretty deep into into the water, near some rocks,
Right.
mind you. So that made it even worse. So on top of the cold ass water, the strong ass tide, I was not the best swimmer.
That's fair.
And you know how they say you either float or you either don't?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sink. I don't float at all. So add all this together, and yeah, I almost died that day. It sucked because there was just wave after wave. I couldn't even like yell at my friends like, "Hey, help me!" Like wave after wave, and then finally one of my closest friends came to my rescue and it just pulled me the hell out of there. So, yep, I was there for about maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Like I was literally I was gonna die.
Shit. At least you didn't have to go through like CPR and shit, man.
I know. I probably could have a couple more minutes in. I probably would have needed CPR, but I just yeah.
Well, the fact that I would say the reason why you even lasted that long, even though 5 minutes is actually pretty short, is because you actually had chances of air to breathe.
Right. I was somewhat above water. Let's say that. Only because I
Yeah.
was dog paddling the hell out of my body, and dog paddling takes a lot of physical force and energy,
Yeah, it does. It does.
especially in cold water.
Like,
Yeah.
like even if it's like the easiest swimming style,
Mhm.
or actually no, that would be the breaststroke. Even the easiest swimming style, from my own experience, takes quite a bit of cardiovascular energy
Mhm.
or endurance to pull off.
Yeah, and on top of that, it was already cold, so I was freezing up already, and I was losing energy by the second. I was like, okay, I'm dead. Fuck this. And then all of a sudden, got pulled out of the water. So yeah, I'm alive.
You're alive,
He's
bitch.
alive.
Nice.
You're alive, bitches.
So yeah, that's the survivor story. Okay, Shazam,
Alright.
take us home.
Alright.
Hold up, I
Alright.
didn't say my number one.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, Nick. This has to be good then.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, my number one scariest moment in my life was not only the scariest moment I've ever had, but it was personal proof to me that there is someone in the sky looking out for you no matter
Mm.
what you do.
Wow.
Um so one night I was, sleeping, and for whatever reason I woke up, but strangely, or scarily I should say, I could not move my body. I'm like, what the heck is this? What's going on here?
Sleep
Like,
paralysis.
it feels like somebody is tying me to the bed, but
Grab-
at the same time, someone is restricting my
Your limbs.
regular breathing. Like, I could barely breathe the way I normally am doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, there's this horrendously, sinfully scary figure that I could not describe that is like intruding my room. And I was so scared of my life that I just could not describe what I was seeing. So the first thing that came to my mind was, don't fight because it's useless. There's no way I can get out of this through my own
And
efforts.
you can't move anyway.
I can't move a damn muscle.
Yeah.
So the next thing I did was just close my eyes and start reciting the Lord's Prayer word for word. I
Wow.
did that about 2 or 3 times. All of a sudden, I could move, I could breathe, and I was completely awake. And I'm like, whoa, did that actually worked?
Real quick, what's
Wow.
the Lord's? How does the Lord's Prayer go again?
Is it our
Okay. Yeah, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come,
thy will be
thy
done.
will be done.
Okay.
Give us this day our daily bread. I don't remember the whole thing, but at the time, it was the only thing in my mind that I could recite. And all of a sudden, boom, chains are gone. Nothing's holding me down.
Mm.
I'm completely
That's
free.
crazy.
I'm like, wow.
I think we need a separate paranormal podcast just to talk about all those themes
damn.
and
Whoa,
dynamics there. Because
you gotta slow down the amount of podcasts here. Holy shit.
the person in the room, I don't know who that was, and
Yeah.
the fact that you could recite the prayer perfectly, word for word, in that moment, save your life pretty much.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because this is technically a dream, I wasn't really in any serious, real danger, but it was still scary regardless.
Oh yeah.
And it was that moment I knew for a fact that there is a man watching over me. No matter what I do, he's there, like, hey man, I got your back.
Well, I don't know about a man, but there's definitely a greater power somewhere. watching
Well,
over us.
God is usually seen as a man, even though, like, I mean, yes, he's specified to be a man, but he doesn't really have a
Physical.
physical form in heaven, unless you count Jesus, which is just one of his 3 forms.
True. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a profound story, dude.
That is,
Yeah.
that is profound.
I'm gonna have to ask questions again one day for that. Because I thought only Phil experienced those out of body experiences.
I actually have some stories about that, but I'll explain that.
Yeah, well, save it for
Anyway.
another day.
I'll say that for another time. But with that being said, everyone, thank you for tuning in to the Parent Podcast, the Monday Night Podcast. Make sure you drop a subscription, drop a comment. All the links are in the description below. Make sure you go to those links. And with that being said, I am Uncle Shazam, Mr. Uncle, That's a sick Nick. That's the true ace. The Aristotle. We are Parent Productions. This is the Monday Night Podcast, and we will see you guys here this Wednesday and also premiering this Friday, Fitness Friday with your host. So see you guys this Wednesday for Off Tangent.
All right, guys. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.